Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about 3D sound and binaural recording. We are going to talk about Panorama 6 by wavearts. Also for a unique sounding experience, it's highly recommended that you use some headphones in order to feel the unique three-dimensional sound experience. So I'm going to just play the plugin now straight away, and I'm going to just modify so you can see what I'm talking about. And after we're going to talk about the plugin. So, as you can hear, the sound, it's spinning. If you're using the headphones, you might feel that the sound is spinning around your head. Left, left center, center, center right, right, right back, center back, right left, and close. And far away. So, Panorama 6 is a specialized tool to create stunningly realistic 3D audio sensation using regular stereo sound. Panorama includes also effects as well as early reflection, reverberation, and Doppler effect, and also distance modeling and some other effect that has to do with headphones control or speaker stereo control. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the history and the behind the scene around the creation of this plugin, because it's really, really interesting. To measure those 3D signals, the people at wavearts have used a measurement system called head-related transfer functions to reproduce sound localizations. So basically, is a response that perceives how the ears receive a sound from a point in space. The result of those measurements is called binaural audio. So basically, binaural audio is simply a fancy way of describing how human beings normally hear sounds. If you close the eyes, you can hear the sounds around you, so that the sound waves that hit each of your ear at different time and at different volumes, at different angle intensity. With that information, your brain can calculate the origin of the noise, so it sounds like you are in the location of the recording. To record those sounds, they use two microphones to the place of the ears, placed in a mannequin head, so that these microphones pick up the signal from around the mannequin head, and after recording those signals, the people at wavearts have translated those signals to this plugin, where you can control where the sound that you apply to the plugin can move in any direction. So basically, with Panorama 6, you have the total control of the three-dimensional space of the sound. It can sound left, right, front, back, near, distant, and also up and down. So the three-dimensional space. For example, many video games, the first-person shooting video games like PUBG or Call of Duty, they are using the binaural audio technique. You are the person shooting, and you hear the sound of the guns, and you can locate where they are. So that's binaural audio recordings. So going back to the plugin, so here I have a footsteps recorded, some Foley recorded, and I have the control with the direct control here. I can tell where in the three-dimensional space the sound is supposed to sound, the location. And so basically it's spinning around the head. Then I have the reflection of the room. So basically also called the early reflection. We can here stabilize the size of the room, the type of the floor, the distance, and then the gain of the reflection. So basically it is the equivalent of when you are clapping your hand in a room and you hear the early reflection. The third control is the reverb, as you can see. So here's the diffusion reverb. So I can have reverb like really, really big. So it is a very cool plugin in that sense. You can move the sound in the stereo field. And let's try with another sound. I have here a ambient song that I've created the other day. And it's the same with the ambient song. The position is changing at my pleasure. There is another control called the... let's just switch off the footstep. There is another control called the Doppler Effect. So basically the Doppler Effect, as probably many people know already, the Doppler Effect is when there is a police siren that is approaching you, and the sound of the siren as it's approaching you is changing the pitch. It's like... So that's the Doppler. So here the far away sounds, as it's approaching, is doing this Doppler effect. And it's really, really cool to be able to control the sound. One very cool thing that you can do with the Ableton Live, and especially with Max for Live, is that you can assign the parameters of the movement to the LFO plugin. So now I'm just playing my track, and I'm not touching anything with the mouse. It's moving by itself because the Max for Live plugin, it's moving the parameters. And in that sense, you can have also with the footstep. I'm gonna do the same here. They are moving independently within each other. And if you're wearing some good headphones, you might experience the three-dimensional sound that are spinning around your head. And I have to say it's a really curious feeling, and it's nice to feel. It's not something that you hear every day. We are used to hear normal panning left and right with the stereo field, but this time we have the sound going back and forth and up and down. So let's try now with another experiment. Let's try, I have here two more sounds. I have the voice of Carl Sagan, the famous astronomer. And I don't know if all of you remember the pale blue dot speech that he made many years ago about when the Voyager took the photo of the Earth from far away. So I decided to put the voice at the back.
From this distant vantage point,
let's put
might not seem of any particular interest.
A small reverb, so small reflection as well.
It's different.
And on the other channel, I put the sound of the rain. And the sound of the rain is going to be on the front.
That's us. On it, everyone you love, everyone
so now,
you know, everyone you
the rain is in the front, Carl Sagan is in the back.
Lived out their lives. The aggregate of our joy and suffering. Thousands of confident religions, ideologies, and economic doctrines. Every hunter and forager, every hero and coward, every creator and destroyer of civilization. Every king and peasant.
Let's apply the Max for Live
couple in love,
effect.
Every mother and father.
On the rain only.
Hopeful child. Inventor and explorer.
And let's put back our ambient song.
Teacher of morals, every corrupt politician, every superstar, every every saint and sinner in the history of our species lived there, on a mote of dust, suspended in a sunbeam. The earth
Now let's put the Max for Live on the voice of Carl Sagan.
In a fast cosmic manner.
So now we have
Schooled by all those generals and emperors,
4 sounds
so that in
spinning
glory and
independently
triumph they could become the momentary
within each other.
masters of a
As you
fraction.
can see, they all are controlled with Max for Live.
Think of the
So let's listen for a few seconds, all the movement, and perceive
by the
them.
inhabitants of one corner of this pixel, on the scarcely distinguishable inhabitants of some other corner. How frequent their misunderstandings, how eager they are to kill one another, how fervent their hatreds. Our posturings, our imagined self-importance, the delusion that we have some privileged position in the universe, are challenged by this point of pale light. Our planet is a lonely speck in the great enveloping cosmic dark.
So it is a really, really beautiful experience to be able to hear all those sounds moving around your head with the headphones. So now the question comes, which is, how do I use this in music? How do I make music with Panorama 6? Okay, so I prepared a song which I was working, and I apply it to all the channels, the Panorama 6. So now let's go to the song, and I'm going to show you a very crazy thing. Okay, so here we have my Ableton project with my song. This track has about, let's say, 20 channels. I have put about 15 Panorama 6 in the most significant channel, not all of them. I put the Panorama 6 on the kick, on the snare, on the voice, on the pads, on the melody, on the bass, on the hi-hats, and all those main sounds, so that every sound in this song it's moving independently on its own. So let's listen. I'm not gonna talk for a while because you're gonna have to just perceive how the sound is gonna be. So let's go. So I'm gonna stop it here. So by the way, this song is an unreleased song that I am finishing, and I think I'm going to apply Panorama in this song from now on. Well, not to this very exaggerated extent. It was just to show you how you can really play with a three-dimensional sound in your music. Obviously, this example it's a bit extreme, but yeah, I wanted to show you. So this is the page from WaveArts where you can buy Panorama. It's about $190, if I'm not wrong with the conversion. And there is a manual. And actually, I want to show you here. This is the illustration of the HRTF. the famous head-related transfer functions. So they put two microphones in the mannequin and they just record the sounds of picked up from the microphone, and that was result in binaural audio recording. So Panorama 6, one of the most interesting plugins that I came across until now. You can download it and really have a nice experience of tridimensional sound with it. Thanks for everything, and see you on the next one.